Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Above the Bar podcast, a show about a middle-aged father, current events, and how these things affect my everyday life. Alrighty, folks, we're belling back up to the bar real quick. I know we just finished recording. We just finished doing the regular show, but Nick missed out on the regular show. Something about his own show, double-clicking his own mouse, something like that. I'm not sure. But he said, hey, Murph, can we jump on? Can we do a quick bar snack? Can we talk real quick? So I said, absolutely, positively. We take care of our own around here because when we belly up to the bar, we do what we got to do. So, and look, Nick, we've already got 2 people. We're almost halfway there to all of our listeners. We've already got 2. We're almost at 4, so we're halfway there.
Yes.
Look at that.
It's the most listeners I ever had.
Look at that. And we're live, so you can't beat that. So when you screw up, everyone knows. And two soundboards. This will be beautiful. But Tim, Nick's got way more than I do. We'll play a quick game show. Who does Nick look like? If you can tell me, and there's only one person out there who really would know. If you can tell me who Nick looks like during this quick bar snack, I will absolutely, at some point, at some location, buy you something.
Yeah,
We'll send
you a free T-shirt of that person.
Of that person in that location, you will get that. If you can tell who he looks like.
And don't say sloth because you know what? I've been working out. Not really.
Oh, look at that. 12 sandwiches have been working out.
12 sandwiches, 17 tacos.
12 sandwich eating greasy, 12 sandwich eating motherfucker. What was that from? I don't even remember what movie that was from.
I don't know, but I'm going to pretend that I know what it's from, and I'm going to laugh, and hopefully everyone gets it.
Big, greasy, 12 sandwich eating mother. I can't remember what movie that was from. So, but here's what we got, folks. Nick and I were talking just before we jumped on here. Nick has got his show. Now, your show is, you call it chopping. You're talking, you're chopping.
Yeah, we're chopping it up. I mean, I wouldn't really call it a show as much as just a bunch of friends hanging out and drinking and then talking about
Tuesday. It's called Tuesday.
Yeah, it's called a Tuesday, but as you know, like you grow up with your friends, but no one's ever close to each other. You're all in different states and whatever. So we just took the opportunity to like, hey, let's just go around the internet, and if 2 people around the world or 4 or 10 or whoever wants to watch it, cool. If not, we don't care. What attracted me to your show, though, is because it's about sitting at a bar, which is my favorite thing to do.
Well, see, I always talk to people about this. So this is like a very odd thing for me in New York. It's funny you bring up the bar thing. Sure. So where I grew up in Baltimore, and I know my Jeanette's not around because it's a very English thing also, is every neighborhood that I knew of back home in Baltimore had their own neighborhood bar. And when I say neighborhood bar, I'm talking walking distance. I'm not talking like, around here, if somebody, like where I live currently, if I said, oh, well, our neighborhood bar, I'd have to get in my car and drive to it. There's no stumbling, bumbling, fumbling home from there unless I want frostbite.
Where are you? For context,
for those of you who don't know, I'm in Center Brunswick, New York, right next to nowhere and right in between somewhere.
Yeah. Right outside of the other place.
Right.
You know what? I think you're right. I grew up there, as you know, I'm sure. And there was more than one stumbly home bar. There was half a dozen.
Where?
Well, in the city I grew up in, all over the place. Like
did you grow up in Troy?
Waterville.
Okay, so Waterville. So Waterville, you have
Troy's a good example too.
But Waterville, you had Bears Den. But where else is there?
That's now. But back when we were 21, there was a lot more. There were tons of them.
See, that's a whole thing right there. And back home in Baltimore, there's like, I promise you, the neighborhood I grew up in, there was there was the Corral Inn, which was a good golf swing from the house, and you would go there, and my parents would. I kid you not, as kids, we would go there to the bar if we wanted to go to our friend's house and stay overnight or something like that. You would run up to the bar and be like, "Mom, Dad, can we stay at such and such's house?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." You went to the bar to go find your parents. There wasn't no like cell phones or none of that shit.
That's right. Yeah, you're 100% correct.
And this actually was an iconic Baltimore bar for a long time. The original owner, when we were just talking about some football, when the Baltimore Colts would finish their games back in the day.
Oh, the Baltimore Colts.
The real Colts, not these bullshit that we deal with right now. The Baltimore Colts would finish their games. They would actually come to this bar and hang out and with their girlfriends, because their wives were still at home with their kids, because that's the way NFL players used to do things. But and the other bar down the street was called JD's. And this will tell you something. If you're a Sons of Anarchy fan, this will make sense to you. JD's used to have a sign on their front door that said, "Leave your colors outside."
Okay.
Like
did that mean like their cuts, like their vests, or did that mean like any gang colors or anything like that?
Like, so it was a biker bar, and and a lot of those guys would come to JD's. So JD's had a very simple rule: leave your shit outside. You're not bringing that stuff into our place. We don't want to see it. And now it's not even like that. They've all changed. It's been years since I've been back home, but yeah, they've all changed all the pieces. So
now they got a ping pong table and a touch tunes and
right. It's probably
they do dollar drafts for college kids with your ID.
No, there ain't no college kids in these places that I grew up in. Like these are like legit neighborhood bars. Sure. So but that's I guess that's probably what CHOP is. You guys were. You had your corner of the bar. It's your friend. So, you guys are chopping it up. You're talking. Now, do you guys have a consistent day that you're putting this out, or what's the deal?
Yeah, we spent, I didn't really want to talk about my show too much, but since you asked, sir.
Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. We're talking about that motherfucker.
We're talking about it. So for months, I would have to change the graphic from the Monday night chop up to the Sunday night chop up to the Tuesday night chop up. And then after about 3 months of not knowing what day it was going to be on, I said, you know what? We're going to cut out the day and just call it the chop up. So now it's universal. I can use it whenever I want. And it just comes down to like when everyone's available, or at least 2 of the 4 people. If we can get 2 people, we'll jump on for an hour. We'll just BS. If we get 3 people, we'll go longer. If we can get everyone, then we'll come up with like 5-6 topics that, what did you see this week that you're interested in, whether it's comic books or movies or TV or sports, with a couple of the guys are really into sports. I'm not really. And so then we just go down like the list, and we kind of, we let the ribbon run through it. Like we talked today about, there was a big announcement with Forbes magazine today, like the top 10 earners in sports. And it's not,
I'm not one of them.
Yeah. It's not either of us, but it was a weird list. It's like not anyone you would think. Like Conor McGregor was the biggest earner, and he had one fight.
Right.
He had one, but he sold his whiskey company and made like $120 million.
That's it.
He's the top earner, and so it was like it was a weird list. It was interesting to talk about, especially when the other guys on the show are like really into, whatever it is, baseball, whatever, but. You got like soccer players. I'm sorry, football players, tennis players. Like it's just a weird. But the biggest one that we talked about, honestly, was like Dax Shepard from the Cowboys, who played almost no games because he was hurt, but he got the biggest contract in almost NFL. He
got a monster contract, bro. His contract is stupid,
and he made more money than LeBron James.
Hold on. You talk about LeBron. So first off, I'm not a LeBron fan. Oh, hold on a sec. Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
Nick.
Yes.
I need to get an all Nick. Look at that. Got another childhood friend on. Hi, hey Nick. Lisa Marie said, "Hey Nick."
What's up, girl?
So
Good to hear from you after 25 years
25 years missing.
or 20. Probably 20.
Look at that, Lisa. I'm more friends with your friends than you are with your friends. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, our families go way back, like 3 generations. So
Oh, look at that. Look at that. You're like old people.
that's right. Our grandparents were best friends in the 1820s, I think. I'm not sure how old I am.
In the Great Depression.
Yeah, probably.
Look, don't. She said, "Oh, wait a sec." She said you moved. Your fault. You moved. You left Watervliet. She has not left Watervliet. She still walks up and gets her kid from the same daycare my kids are in.
Yeah,
So,
God forbid I could throw a baseball to the beach.
well, where are you living at now?
Oh, yeah, you don't know this. I live in Fort Lauderdale,
Florida.
Florida.
You're in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
So you've got COVID.
No one has COVID here. Haven't you?
Yeah, no, you've got COVID. Everyone, the news will tell you that everyone in Florida has COVID. We just talked about this.
That's not
Our
true.
my last guest, his brother is getting married in Florida, and he's from. This is the odd one. What is the chances that I had 2 guests that were both from Montana?
That's weird. That's random.
Like I was like, this made no sense whatsoever. But Lisa said that you moved away, but your grandparents are best friends in heaven. I'll take it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like such the most random thing to have that. Right. There, let's
talk about Florida COVID instead of our grandparents.
Like Florida COVID.
No, there's what the governor did is he lifted a state of emergency, lifted all restrictions.
Okay.
So you can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm sorry, we're allowed to swear in this.
You can swear.
I'll try not to. You can do whatever the hell you want in Florida, but he's giving it up to local governments and business owners. But,
what do you mean?
So, all right, I misspoke. He's lifting all of the state of emergency COVID regulations. They're gone. The government cannot enforce, any local governments cannot enforce any COVID regulations, so they can't require you to do anything. The only people that can require you to wear like a mask or whatever are businesses because they are privately owned. So you can walk around anywhere in Florida right now, no mask, no, you don't have to have a vaccination, nothing. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
But it's been like that for months. Like South Florida has been tied down, like West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Miami has been under more restrictions, but the rest of Florida, like Tampa, St. Pete, Orlando, you can do whatever you want for like the last year. And it's wild. It's actually really wild.
My boss is in Tampa, St. Pete. He's like, there's like construction, they're building, they're doing everything. It's like, you guys are like rebels down there.
Nothing.
Let's see. Lisa says, brother, I'll be in Florida in March. My brother's getting married down there. Can you believe it? Lisa, I don't believe it. I just want you to know that I'm very surprised by it.
I mean, gay marriage is legal down here.
Oh, okay. We went there. I mean,
Which brother is that? Chris?
I don't
even know. It's a joke. Can we take a hashtag? Can we take a hashtag joke? Sorry, that was a joke. Jesus. Everyone's so sensitive in New York. Like down in Florida, you could say whatever you want.
Look. Oh, look. Well, I miss. So you're going to have a special guest here in a minute. We're bringing on a special guest for this bar snack. And like I said, folks, this was those of you that are listening to this one, those who are catching this one, this is not going on the regular show, not going on the regular anything. We want to promote Nick a little bit. We've got our other
I've been fired. Bar snack.
What's that?
I've already been fired.
In about 5 minutes here, we're going to have my favorite friend from Kentucky.
Oh.
This is going to be special. He'll jump on. Again, I like the bar snacks because I don't put them out. They don't go anywhere. This is my thing. There are some bar snacks in the past. I've done some good ones. Because anything military related, I will get fired up about and talk about. And yeah, I gotta get. See, I just saw you pull your headphones out. I gotta get new headphones. I
No,
love my headphones.
They're sweating a little bit, so I gotta.
Right. Well, mine do the same thing. See, this is the random shit that look, folks, you're getting some of the behind the scene things. So, like my headphones, I put them on and they're great. They're video game headphones and they've got like the mic set up and all the other bullshit. But after about an hour's show, I want to rip them off when the show is over with and shuck them across the room. I'm so done with it.
You're not wrong. I'm with you with
That
that.
was, huh?
I'm with you with that. I just
Look, I couldn't hear
I
you,
just
so let me
pull
let
them
you-
off,
let
get a
me-
little air in there, put them back on.
Like, so folks, as you're listening to this, we're gonna look for some audience participation tonight. A little bit of audience participation.
I like that.
So Nick has got his show, and it's the chop. They're chopping, they're talking, and I love the term chopping it up, talking it up, speaking it up with your friends. As a guy from Baltimore, I cannot say the word chop. You know, I say chop. I have to say it in such a manner. Just like all of you from the Albany area cannot say the word elementary. You say elementary, which is out of. You say it, don't you? Elementary. That's not a word.
No.
My wife graduated from Cohoes, so she's from the area. So my wife graduated from Cohoes. She grew up in Schenectady, graduated from Cohoes. She's from the area. We were talking about this one day. So she went to her work, and she was like, "My husband picks on everybody who says this." And they're like, "Well, what are you talking about?" She's like, "How do you say the first 5 grades of school?" And they're like, "Elementary." What? My Carol. I love Carol. What? I don't say that. Carol, everyone in this area says elementary. Just like you can't say Stewarts, you say Stewarts.
No.
Yes.
True?
Yes. So I have a son who's 11 years old, who was born in this area. He's only one of my children born here. And he says elementary. He says elementary and he says Stewarts. Don't say no, Carol. Carol and I talk every day. I love Carol.
Is that true? You're taking the piss out of me.
What's that?
Is that true? Or you're taking the piss? Does he?
No.
Really say elementary and Stewart?
I swear to you,
I've never heard this before.
So I want everyone all 4 of you, 6 of you now who are listening to this. This is so horrible. I probably shouldn't say this. If you call Forts Ferry Elementary School and you listen to their recording, it says, "Thank you for calling Forts Ferry Elementary School."
No way.
Yes, Tim, I'm still going. We didn't get an opportunity. Nick and I wanted to talk, so we wanted to jump on, do a quick bar snack.
Thanks, Tim. You're awesome.
Yeah. This is just one of those ones. Just 2 guys just riffing it out. But I promise you, elementary is how you guys say it, and it blows my mind. I've never heard, but like growing up in Baltimore, how do you? So there you go. Largest city in Maryland. Say it. Say it.
I went to school in upstate New York where all these people are from, and I graduated high school there. I've never once in my life said elementary and or Stewarts, unless I was watching like a Lord of the Rings movie and it was like the king's like secondhand man who was a steward. Like that's the only time I've ever said it.
I promise you on all. I promise you on all that is holy. We say it right. You hear it wrong. Carol, it has nothing to do with my headphones. I took my headphones off. I promise you.
Carol, y'all hudge. Listen.
Carol, do me a favor, and it's pronounced hug. Go right now and call that number for Forts Ferry Elementary School, and I promise you, it says, "Thank you for calling Forts Ferry Elementary School." If I could get it up here on my phone, I wonder if I could. That'd be a great one.
Oh, let's call.
Wonder if I can get that up on my phone.
I can do it. If I call it, it'll come up on it'll come through the audio.
Well, I have the link for my audio, but I don't have it set up.
Oh no! If I call anyone right now, it comes right through the So you just give me the number, bro, and we're good. If it says elementary, I'll break this laptop.
So let's see.
That's not true. It's
so the number here. In the private chat, I will send the number. I won't send it over the so all 4 of our listeners can hear it. They can Google that shit on their own.
If they say elementary, I'm going to lose my mind.
Let's see, so I'm hoping it still works, because my kids went there. Did you get it? I just sent it to you in the private chat. I went to school. So Carol, I went to school in Baltimore. You know this. I'm not from here. I'm in the land, Baltimore. So here's a great one. Sidebar for Baltimore. So we used to have a great mayor. His name was Kurt Smoke. And he actually was like the first mayor I ever heard of as a kid who tried to legalize marijuana in Maryland. And Kurt, they used to call him Kurt Smoke. Oh, here we go.
For calling Fort Ferry Elementary School, part of the Colony Central School District.
Wait, go back. Do it again.
Yeah,
do it again. Hold on. My man Keith Keith. I need you to listen to this real quick.
I'm gonna turn it up.
Keith Burr.
I'm gonna turn it up. Hold on.
Thank you for calling Fort Ferry Elementary School, part of the North Colony.
So, Keith, as the only guy from Kentucky, what did that sound like to you? Did that sound like elementary school?
Oh, I stopped listening once I heard. Oh, it's elementary, right?
All right. You know what? Let's call it one more time.
One more time. Listen to it, Keith. And Carol wants to know, Nick, where you went to school.
Calling Fort Ferry Elementary School, part of the North Colony Central.
Elementary. Is that not the most ridiculous? Is that not the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard?
It's kind of wild, bro.
I don't. Why would anybody call their kids school?
I don't have kids there. It's even weirder.
So, folks, we got jumping on real quick here. We got Keith Burr, stand-up comedian, TikTok, Instagram magnet with like 5 followers. He's amazing. He's not related to anyone in his family in any multiple ways, even though he lives in Kentucky, and we love Keith. Keith and I have somehow become kindred spirits through the world of Instagram.
It's true.
We probably send each other at least 2 or 3 messages a day, either like, look at this dumb shit I saw or look at this dumb shit I made. And we love it. So Keith, welcome to the show.
It's nice to meet you, Keith. Sorry,
Keith, this is Nick.
Hey, how's it going, Nick? What's going on?
You got like this grand entrance. Like, here's all his accolades. I got like, hey, I'm gonna do this.
Not even your accolades, your accolades.
Your accolades. I'm just pronouncing them like if I was in New York.
We're saying you got a drinking problem. We're worried about you.
Well, it's not a problem.
Oh, more of a.
It's only a problem for everyone else.
That's right.
See, some people like to whittle. I like to get fucked up, man.
Hey.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
You can't say up in here. We're a depressing channel.
Carol, they did not say it right. They said elementary. It's a fact. So,
my dear.
so this is what we were talking about. So we're promoting real quick. Nick's show. Nick's got a show called Chop On.
Not particularly.
Him and his buddies get together. But Keith, I wanted to bring you on because you've done some bar snacks with me.
Yeah.
Keith and I like to do the bar snack piece together. But we've
bar snack as far as for
look at him. He's just a snack and a half.
I'm just saying, if you were down here, snack.
Buddy,
he's in Florida.
I'm a Kentucky 10. I have all my teeth and I can put together a whole sentence so people think I'm trustworthy or something.
You're like a South Florida 7.5, which is basically like a side piece. So
man, I'm California 3 is what that translates to.
If you pay your taxes, you're a California 8. So
and you're not the color blue, so you're not a Kentucky blue person.
Nope, not one of the Fugits. Nope.
Did I mess you up the day I told you about that?
Oh no, I'm pretty well versed in my incest history. Yeah.
Do you know what that is, Nick? Do you know who the Kentucky Blue people are?
Oh, I would love for you to tell me.
So see, these are these things that like. So there's so many. So I watched this amazing documentary, and I got to tell everyone I love documentaries. Nick and I talked, or Keith and I talked about this documentary, and I want to watch the one about his hometown. I love documentaries, and I'm sucked into Appalachia. I am 100% sucked into Appalachia. My mother's family's from a town called Elizabethton, Tennessee, that still has a covered bridge in it. I love that area. I love that genre. I love that piece because I feel like even my grandfather, if you know anything about Irish history coming to this country, many of them ended up in the Appalachians because it was kind of like, you're handing me a rifle and you want me to go do what? Fuck that. I'm running to the mountains.
The Scots
So
Irish.
it's like, are we getting into the Hills Have Eyes territory?
Yes, Uncle Dad and all that shit.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's
I'm ready.
a husband.
A husband, yes. That's my husband over there. Why y'all messing around? And we abuse these people, but if you ever get a chance to watch a documentary called Hillbillies, it's amazing. I don't even know where I was going with all this, but that documentary is just so damn good.
That's whiskey in the jar.
Like Kentucky's a thoroughbred state, and I would say it's because we're thoroughly inbred, I guess, or something.
Right. Well, thoroughly inbred. But
That was a good joke, man. You're talking about horses and also being inbred. Like, boom, I gotcha.
You got it. See, only highbrow stuff here.
I had a
now this will tell you how good a comedian Keith is. Keith, how many whiteboards do you have in your house?
Do they have to be white? Why do they have to be white? I mean,
Well, you want them to work. How many of them you got in your house?
just the one. I'm trying to maintain my expectations realistically.
How many notebooks do you have, Keith?
Oh my God, that's a different story.
See, I know Keith. Keith and I have random ass conversations in the middle of the night. My phone rings and it's like, "Hey man, what are you doing right now?"
Like, here's a little bit of stuff. These are all jokes. Another notebook here, another one here.
Yeah. And now, you're not you did what was it, 11-hour road trip to Florida?
13 actually.
13.
Dozen.
Now, and that was, when's the last time you did a stand-up?
Last time I was on stage was about a month ago in Florida, there in Tampa at Side Splitters.
Okay.
Now, do you know that place, Nick?
Nope. But I'm just acting like I do.
My first paid gigs.
And you still, where's the dollar at? I know you put it up on the wall. You showed it to me.
Yeah, I'm a comedian. I had to spend it.
On Coke and hookers. I spent that shit.
Oh no, just no hookers for me. I'm just a Coke.
Well, you got a beautiful girlfriend. Yeah, she's like 15.
Oh.
I graduated high school with her aunt, but she's, a little bit older than that. She's Michael Jordan. She's 23.
So, like, she's in Kentucky. She's breeding age.
Well, almost past.
Oh, fuck it. You're not going to get a new one now.
Right? I mean, never call them the sequel. They don't like that.
I feel like someone got a script before me.
A script? What?
Here are the setups. Here are the jokes.
No. See, this is how this works, Nick.
I hope I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, this guy's brilliant.
Oh, I've told many people before. I've shared many of Keith's videos. He is very funny. He's a good dude, and that's why I asked him to come on, Nick. I wanted you to see.
Let's go.
I wanted you to see Keith. Look at him. He's already right. So Keith, what do we got going on? Where can we find you out?
Right now, I'm planning on being in Indiana and Indianapolis, doing a couple spots here in the next month or so. I've got my girlfriend's really big into that van life stuff, so I figured I'd meet her halfway in the middle, and I got the biggest RV camper that I could find.
So what are you going to pull that thing with? I saw the pictures.
I mean, with willpower and these teeth, if I have to. I mean, I've seen strongman competitions. I might look like the scrawny paper towel guy when I got plaid on, but come on, I mean, I can do it.
Hey, did you notice that they speaking of the brawny guy, you notice they shaved his beard in the last like 2 years?
They did?
Yeah, the brawny paper towel guy now looks like he's like on The Bachelor.
I don't know. We get all of our napkins from McDonald's.
Yeah. They just have M's on it.
You get all your napkins from McDonald's?
It's for the free, bro. I mean, shop smarter, not dumber. That's it. That's the saying, ain't it?
I don't think so.
Not at all.
So I'm gonna go with and Nick. So we got the chop on random days.
Yeah, sure.
Anything live?
Usually-
you guys record
usually
live or
Monday.
anything?
Me? Oh, we always do Mondays. Well, not always do Mondays, but it's always live.
Always live.
It's always
So
live.
Screw it, do it live.
Do it live.
Do it now.
Either do it or don't do it. I'm not gonna sit around all day editing it. Who cares? It is what it is.
Real quick, Keith. Do you notice my fucking shirt, Keith? I brought my shirt game up.
Yes,
My wife has been bringing up the shirt game
Keith
for you.
inspired.
My wife and I discussed this. I said, look, I can't be fucking having Keith looking at my shit and my shirt game ain't tight.
She's like, I'm going to leave you if you don't take that shirt off. Like,
She said, well, that's a whole different thing. That's all about a blue pill at that point. But she said, look, your shirt game needs to be tight. Keith's built like a 12-year-old boy. You need to get your shirt game tight.
I'm like I came out of Neverland, just straight up.
That's Neverland. And then, Nick, are we working a RKO? What are we working here?
RKO.
Oh no, I'm wearing a Ring of Honor shirt.
Ring of Honor. Now, has anyone figured? I haven't gotten a message yet. Has anyone figured out who Nick's brother is?
Well, I mean, aside from Lisa, I'm sure no one knows.
Nick, what's your last name?
I'm not gonna say that on the internet, but it's very ethnic.
I was going to try to steal your identity. I need some credit. Shit.
Oh,
The brawny guy used to look like every guy that was arrested on cops while they were in Alabama. Nick is right. They made him look too polished.
Oh, weird.
Oh, wow. The one joke I had all night fucking landed.
Well, because
it's
we're
true.
trying to take masculinity out of everything. I don't know.
But Tim, you're watching. You've listened to plenty of shows. Do you know who Nick looks like?
That's a good question. I mean,
oh, we're not going to get it. Well,
it's pretty obvious.
I think it's pretty obvious, but I know who it is.
Yeah, so it's obvious to you.
And Keith, and this is just proof that Keith doesn't go back and watch any of my shit.
Nothing ever. He's busy with his mom.
Man, it's one of those things. Like, have you ever had a friend that thinks they can sing or anything like that, but you're too scared to listen to them sing because of secondhand embarrassment?
Right. It's like that friend is like, listen, I can sing. Oh, say again. Oh, I love you.
Exactly.
And you just want to hug them. My oldest son used to sit in the back of the car and sing. And as he would sing, it was so bad. And I was probably a horrible parent at this point. I would be like, shut up.
I want to say
Stop
this
now.
when he's fucking 14.
Oh, he was like 9 or 10 years old. And I'd be like, shut up.
23.
So wait a sec. He is so close. So Tim says you look like One Man Gang after going to Jenny Craig.
What's One Man Gang mean?
I thought it looked like Elon Musk got ass.
You don't know the wrestler One Man Gang?
No, I know. Oh, wait. I don't know. No, I don't. I do, but I don't. I don't remember.
How about that?
He was a pro wrestler.
Is Tim trying to be like funny?
What do you
Tim.
think?
Now that's another thing. So real quick, because I want to throw this out here. Nick, do you do any kind of art? Are you artistic at all?
No, not really.
No. So the other day, and I found that Instagram is the new version of Skinamax. Just if you didn't know that, If you want to see
Well, all
scantily
my
clad
photos
women,
are in blue and blurry. So yeah, I'm with you.
yeah, well, that's totally different.
No, you use right tags.
So our friend right now, Keith, is a hell of an artist.
Autist, maybe.
He did a picture the other day. Some guy looked like it had on his iPad and everything. He said he'd never done a picture before. I don't believe it. Shit that comes out of his mouth. I've watched
horrible.
Justified. I know about you.
Oh man, my friend, he lives in Serbia, and he wanted me, and we were joking around. I said, I'll draw you. Don't you test me. I'll draw the shit out of you. And he was like, do it. And so I drew him as the Unabomber.
He looked like Ted Kaczynski.
Miss you.
Yep, the Serbian Unabomber. I got to give him a little bit of flavor.
So what was different from the original picture? Because you couldn't tell what he was.
it's like he was a dead ringer for him.
Well, he had sunglasses on and a hoodie. Like, I don't.
Yep, and except a little bit of the like cultural flair. He had a scarf as well.
Oh, okay. There's the racism. That's what I was waiting for.
Cultural flair. I like that.
I like that's a great reason. Hey,
cultural flair.
You have 22-inch rims on your Cadillac. Cultural flair.
Not appropriation. We're just like seasoning our rims here. It's like percent seasoning.
Season. I gotta see this. Let's see the cultural flair, bro. Where's the?
I think that one of my testicles ascended at that sound.
Oh.
What about the other two?
They never came out.
Okay. We got 3. Great book. See, that always reminds me. Are you guys readers? See, this is great. See, this is what I enjoy. Talking to people that I've never, Keith and I have spoke before, Nick and I have spoke before, but we've never got a chance to really talk. Do you guys like to read? What are we working with there, Keith?
Yeah, I'm not going to turn it around on here because it's.
Is it 50 Shades of Grey? I mean, what are we talking about here?
Oh no,
Arabic.
Oh no, it's just Mein Kampf, just chill.
Oh shit! Good God, you really are in Kentucky.
Well, what language is it in?
Do what?
Is it the original German text, or did you have it translated?
You think I'm going to read it in German like an asshole? No, I'm going to read it in English.
That's what I figured.
If you ever, I'll have to tell you, when you said the 3 testicle thing, if you ever want to read an amazing book, do you remember the first novel you ever read?
Absolutely not.
You got to read
the Hardy Boys count.
Yeah, the Hardy Boys count. Dean R. Koontz, The Bad Place.
Yeah, it's a good book.
Have you really read that, Keith?
Yeah, I was in jail when I read it.
Which time?
Facebook jail?
No. Keith's been in real jail.
Yeah, it was a second time actually.
I believe that.
Now, what was it for that time?
Oh, me being stupid and irresponsible for real. Like just I got a DUI, and it's not. I definitely admonish myself for it. And stupid decision, super irresponsible.
Does Kentucky do federal? Does Kentucky do felony DUIs?
Yeah. Anything after 3, that's a felony.
And then so that was your 3rd DUI?
No, it was my second. I almost said it was just my second.
Just my second.
It's just my second.
But you really read that book?
Yeah.
Dean Koontz? He didn't read Dean Koontz. No one read Dean Koontz unless you're like a 40-year-old woman.
Shut your entire face.
Oh, I mean, he wrote so many books. I mean, I don't see how he keeps putting them out.
Name one for each testicle.
That book. Well, that's why I brought that up. There's a main character, like the main villain in that book, has no unit, and 4 testicles.
He's a unit,
and is full of testosterone, and he's a psychopathic killer.
Hilarious.
So hearing he's an absolute eunuch.
Yeah, he's a eunuch. Exactly. He's a eunuch. But what's crazier about that book by Dean R. Koontz is the his mother was a hermaphrodite that impregnated themselves.
Wait, what? Like in real life or the book?
In the book. It's not possible in real life.
Also pick themselves and they do.
Yeah, like that book is like one of the wildest Dean R. Koontz books I've ever read. And I've read a bunch of his books, like TikTok. God, I've read so many of his fucking books. Lock and Key. So many of his books.
Most, if I'm remembering right, it was about like a chick named Emily, and I don't know. I read
that was the Dakotas. I always will remember that one. That was the Dakotas.
I've got. Have you ever read any Stephen King?
I've read Stephen King, but you know Stephen King books. Do you know how to read, Nick?
Just backwards.
Hey, that's real helpful. Those
Just back page. What did you say? Just back page?
Just backwards. Yeah. No, my back page has been verified, so I'm good.
Verify, bitch. I'm good. I'm verified on Backpage.
I got a blue.
Wait, are you pooping?
No, I am just kneeling here to look at some of my books here to figure out which one I would ask about.
Yeah.
See, that's a great example. So I'm gonna roll back to something for a second. If you get a chance, Nick, I need you to watch that documentary, Hillbilly, on Hulu.
I'm gonna write it down.
Oh, it was a lawyer that did that interview here called "Children of the Mountains," and absolutely just took a huge shit all over everybody here, pretty much.
Well, that's the thing. And then there's the other one, which is Harlan County, USA.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I bring this up, and for the 4 people that will actually see this, because like I said, this is just us, and we're just going to hang out and talk for a minute.
For sure. I'm barely listening, so I get
it. You're barely able to.
Yeah.
We have shit on.
I like bears and apples too.
Yeah. We take a big poo-poo on the Appalachian states, on those areas. Even growing up in Maryland and in Baltimore, most people don't realize Western Maryland is in the Appalachians.
I don't know where Maryland is.
It's the one that looks like a pistol.
Everything looks like a pistol if you're from Kentucky.
No, everything looks like Are We Related in Kentucky.
What is a cousin?
Just too far of a relation.
Oh, my girlfriend woke up out of a dead slumber to tell me top right is where Maryland is.
Put her on the camera. I love her.
She would catch on fire.
This girl is on fire.
Somebody should put her out.
But you just pee on them. What do you? Hold on. Hold on. So Nick's gonna get on me about Appalachian, but that's the way you actually pronounce that Tim. It's Appalachian. The Appalachians, Appalachia,
Appalachian Mountains, bro.
Oh,
like that's not, huh?
I hate that word, Appalachia. It's like somebody saying creek. Nobody's
crick.
Crick, fucking crick.
Unless you got a crick in your neck, maybe that's the only one.
That's it, and I would say crink in your neck,
right? Because we're learned people. This is the house.
We are learned. Yeah, don't start, Tim. But yeah, so you got to see these documentaries because I'll tell you, Nick, it put the one that blew me away was, as somebody 20 years in the Marine Corps, there's a gentleman on this that talks about being in the military and in the 70s and how he was actually treated because of a Southern accent, like he was an imbecile.
Oh, yeah. It's the opposite of a British accent. You attribute 10 IQ points to anybody that talks like this right here. But, if I talk like me, then I subtract about 15.
Have you dealt with that, Keith?
Oh, yeah.
Like really, legitimately?
Yeah, every day. Like, the people are super surprised when I have anything of substance to add to any conversation whatsoever. I love it.
So you've dealt with legitimate, like, oh, you talk like that, you must be an ignorant fuck.
Yeah,
on a regular,
for sure.
But I think that's. I don't want to say that's a lot of your comedy because I think you're actually very intelligent, but I think that's a small part. So what the subversion? Don't like shake your head, like because people part of comedy is the way people see you, and if people see you as dumb because of the way you talk, and then all of a sudden you come over the top and you're like way smarter than them, that actually builds on the comedy.
Yeah,
like
I like that.
Expectation.
It's expectation breaking.
Correct. Yeah. This guy over here is shaking his head like I'm going to say something insulting. I was trying to like.
No, I was just shaking my head because
I'll raise you up.
When you said Keith was smart again.
Yeah, I figured that's
Keith and I have got to know each other.
I mean, he's smarter than I thought because of his accent, and that was my whole point.
See, yeah, I mean, perfect example, case in point.
It's a real thing. It's a real stigma,
correct,
that exists.
I feel like people should be able to use it to their advantage. I have absolutely leaned right into it because I mean, people don't like to feel wrong. So like if you go along with what they're thinking for a little bit, and then you actually get on their side, get them on your side, and change their expectations, like we were saying, like. They're like, whoa, shit, Hillbilly Man knows words. It's amazing.
He speaks that English.
He said more than 3 syllables.
You can't put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllables, boys.
That's right. You put all this emphasis on all these syllables. That's crazy. I run my business like that. I let everyone think I'm a knucklehead because I have tattoos and I'm bald, and they think I'm like some kind of Aryan crazy whatever. And then when I talk to them when it comes to real estate, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, you know what you're talking about, and it takes them out of the game. They're like, oh man, and it just crushes them. And it's very similar to like when you lean into the accent, people have those expectations in their head like, oh man, he must be real dumb, and then all of a sudden boom, rocket ship, like this guy's like legit. He knows he's like smarter than the average bear, and that's how you like get ahead. Like you just crush them.
Yeah,
I'm with you, bro.
Dude, it's actually like I was saying. You know, it's paid off really well for me. If I start getting into like hot water or something, I just feel I put it on a little bit like this right here, and I'm like, I don't know no better. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. But you're right. You can always backtrack. Like, damn, I'm
like almost a get out of jail free card. Say Appalachian again. Oh, pronounce
Appalachian.
I was just reading the comment there. It's like I'm way behind.
It's that whole reading thing. It'll get you every time.
I'm fashionably late.
I was trying to get Karn to come on. Karn is. See, we were really going to get wild here for a minute. I was trying to get Karn to come on. Karn is a good friend of mine in Australia, so we could have figured out how he says Appalachia and how he says. Look, here he is. Karn, rating is too hard. I love Karn. Karn and I have probably been good friends for way longer than you could ever realize. We all need a friend overseas, and when everybody talks about how great everything else everywhere else is, Karn is the guy I reach out to and go, hey man, how's shit on the other side of the globe? And he goes, here's the real deal, Murph. Here's what's really fucking going on. Don't pay attention to the news media. He always scoops me up on anything I need.
That's what I like my Serbian friend for. I'm like, hey, how's everything going over there? Everything is shit over here. We are
fucked right now. Shit in peace.
You go on stage, you talk about pussies. We're over here. We can't leave our living room.
And poor Eastern European immigrants, man. I just come here to work,
I love Karn. Karn is about as good as it gets. And you want to talk about comic book knowledge? Like Nick, we were talking before the show that some people know their comic books. Karn's comic book knowledge, like I'll look at stuff and be like, man, I think, and he'll nail me with like, you do know issue 48 of fill in the blank from fill in the blank actually said fill in the blank. And I'm like, what are you talking? And I'll Google it and I'll be like, son of a bitch, he's right.
Yeah, that's like talking to Greg about wrestling.
Right. So now we've said this now several times. Let's see if anybody can figure this out. So off of that statement, talking to Greg about wrestling, does anyone realize who Nick's brother is? And see, Keith, I know you don't watch the show any other time.
That's okay. I know that.
I'm a good guesser.
Watch the show. Keith doesn't pay attention. It's not that important to him.
We forgive you, Kentucky. It's okay.
Almost exclusively doesn't pay attention.
Well, this thing is an ASR. We'll just do the rest of the show like ASR.
Well, I could do a voice like this right here, and it would be true ASMR.
We're just gonna go ahead and have whisper.
How can you do a Morgan Freeman when you have a whiteboard behind you? That's weird.
I'm sorry.
So since nobody else can figure it out, for those of you that have watched plenty of these shows, enjoy our shows. Nick's brother is actually Fox Vineyard, the pro wrestler.
He is. He's my little brother.
And that's what's funnier about it is he's his little brother, and he's as big as a brick shithouse.
Oh, he's yeah. I'm taller, but he's like.
Are you taller than him?
Yeah, but his shoulders are like out here.
Built like he's at a brick shithouse, huh?
I think the most impressive thing with him is he's like 250, but he can do backflips. Yeah,
he's agility.
It's insane. Yeah. Like what is he? I don't even know what he is, Murph. I think he's like 5'10 and maybe almost 5'11, but he's pushing 250 muscle, back handsprings.
Damn,
no problem.
I used to be able to do backflips.
I'm talking like Ninja Turtles, like in Splinter's Ninja Turtles 2, and Splinter's like, you're going to have to exercise. And there's like,
when did they give Splinter a Chinese accent?
Because he's from Japan. It was a Japanese accent.
He's not even from Japan. He's from New York City. He's a fucking rat from the city.
Not in the
That's
canon
like
of the
they gave
movies.
Wolverine an Australian accent. That didn't make
I'm gonna call bullshit in the canon of the movies.
Let's get it going, Turtles. Let's go.
He was Shredder's pet in Japan.
Oh, he was, wasn't he?
That's right, and that's why he. For baby turtles.
For the baby turtles, look at them. They are very good. Remember family.
That's right. But anyway, the point of that was before we got down the race hole was that like Fox can do backflips and he's heavier than all of us. And
he's a big old boy.
And I think that's impressive.
It is. I mean, I can do some wild mental gymnastics though.
Yeah. We all know you can.
Well, coming up here soon, I'll actually see your brother. It looks like August 28th, that weekend, is International Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame induction weekend. Friday, the 27th, is going to be the Battle Royal and a couple of matches with your brother. Saturday,
stick him in the Battle Royal.
Oh, he's in the Battle Royal.
Isn't it Royale?
Everyone else is.
Royale, whatever you're drinking.
It's Royale, actually.
Royale. And then Saturday is the banquet dinner, and then Sunday is the breakfast. But for me, as a wrestling fan, the fact that Ronnie Garvin, Nick Karn says Royale.
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. Ronnie Garvin, Hands of Stone himself, is gonna be there. Do you remember, Keith? Do you remember Ronnie Garvin?
I am ridiculously not well versed in wrestling.
How about you, Nick? You got him? Hands of. What the fuck was that? Your nuts just dropped?
Oh, I was playing with coins here in my hands.
How many? One, two, or three? How many?
Got to go to the laundromat.
Actually, three, but one of them is like this is a standing Liberty quarter from 1926.
Karn, he might be 150 years old.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna tell you right now, Ronnie Garvin was one of those guys as a kid. Like who didn't think that somebody that could one shot somebody as a kid was the baddest dude in the neighborhood? So Ronnie Garvin was the Hands of Stone, and that was his finishing move. Was he would hit you, just one shot you, and knock you out. The Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin,
heavy-handed.
Is Karn jumping on this, or is he just going to comment?
No, Karn's getting ready to head out. Karn's in Australia. It's like winter time. They've got 4 feet of snow. I don't know what's going on down there.
My Instagram is blowing up.
Is your gram blowing up? I'm glad to be able to do that for you.
Hell yeah, man. I had to get off of it for a second for it to work, I guess.
You know, I have no idea, but I'm glad to be able to blow that up for you. We're going to get ready to wrap this up there, gents. I do need to get ready to close it up. It is, what time is it? It's almost 11 o'clock. We're going to close this thing up. This was only supposed to be a bar snack. What's Karin got to say here? No snow, 1 p.m. Need to be on the other side of the Melbourne soon. I told you, you know, my man is legit in Australia. He ain't playing games. He's down there doing this. Gents, stay on with me here for a moment. We're going to close this thing up.
I've got an interview with a guy from Australia coming up on Friday, actually.
Do you?
Yeah. He's a British guy, but he lives in Australia. He's a contradiction. It's just got the biz with Jono.
There's plenty of British guys in Australia. They were slaves, weren't they?
Yeah,
the prison criminals. I mean,
oh yeah, the criminals. My bad.
it was a prison colony.
Screwed it all up. My bad. It's been a long day.
All right, Nick, what do you got for me, brother? What's your last words?
Oh, my last words are I'm not going to do any self-promotion.
I'm reminding Keith, do not log off here in a moment.
No, because you got to end it. Listen, I just want to say thank you so much for making me part of Bar Snacks. I think a lot of the guys down here in the neighborhood think I'm a snack, so it's nice to be on an international channel where other people think I'm a snack. That was definitely a South Florida joke. You guys will get with it at some point.
No, I'm
not going to self-promote. I'm just happy to be here, and I hope to jump back on with any of these guys, including Tim. Tim, hey, I want to thank Tim for like having my back. A lot of these jokes didn't land, but he got them. And then thanks for my man in Australia, like, you know, overriding your bullshit.
That sound hurts.
Anyway, I just want to say thank you for having me on. I'd love to kick it with you guys whenever. And that's it, man.
Hey, how do I find you on Instagram, Nick? Just your name?
Yeah.
Nick the shithead.
No. Yeah, Nick the shithead. My Instagram, I'll text it to you.
All right. Sounds good.
How are you going to text it to him? You don't have his phone number. That was what?
This is what girls.
How are you?
I'm curving him like all the girls on Bumble do to me.
Come on. What about my enthusiasm?
Oh yeah.
Wait. How do you? Wait a sec. Hold on a sec. I'll text it to you. You don't have his phone number. I don't have Keith's phone number. He never gave me his phone number.
I accepted it gracefully. You know what's going on.
To be fair, my Instagram's the same as my screen name, Sicky Nicks. So you can hit me up on there.
Without
my little channel that I got is Rewind That Radio. It's on Twitch, YouTube, all that stuff. Rewind That Radio. That's it.
Sounds good.
Easy. But yeah, if anyone wants to contact me directly, Sicky Nicks, that's my Instagram.
Or I can be a mediator. That's fine.
We got you in Indianapolis coming up. Are you doing shows up into that area, or it's just you're driving out to Indianapolis, going to do some shows and come right back to Kentucky?
No, we're not coming back here for a while. I'm going to hopefully head on to Detroit after that, and then Seattle, and any place in between. It's crazy. Like, my world has gotten so much smaller since I started doing this. Like, I know places in between stops that we can stay. I mean, hey, we got an RV. It doesn't matter really if we know people. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to document the whole thing, and if anybody gives a shit about it, it'll be on some page of mine that I've got. And, you know, but I think all roads lead to Texas right now.
Well, they may actually all lead to Texas. All right, is that your gentleman's final word? Nick, final word?
I guess so. Other than, you know, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's KeithBurr.comedy. Pretty simple.
Remember, Keith, and that's Burr with 2 R's, folks. Nick, final word?
I got nothing, bro. You give the final word.
All right, be sure to push your stool in.
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation. Found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.